Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Praxis Speech Sister podcast. I'm your host, Melanie White Evans. I am a bilingual speech language pathologist, and I am here to give you the confidence that you need to get over the hurdle of passing the praxis and beating it at its own game. If you are new here, welcome. Please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Send this to your speechy bestie, to your colleague. We are here to all uplift and help each other. One thing about this show, about this podcast, if this is your first time being here, and even if it's not your first time, is you can use these strategies in your practice. So, yes, I designed these episodes to help you get over the hurdle of passing the praxis. I give you tips and tricks that I use personally, and also helping my other SLP praxis clients, right? I said all of that to say you can use these strategies outside of the praxis exam. Use it in your graduate school courses, use it in your clinical fellowships, use it while you're a certified SLP. Okay, these are strategies that I use now as a full-time entrepreneur. I want to give you these strategies today. This episode is called Love Thyself for Passing the Praxis, Harnessing the Power of Positive Self-Talk in Action. If you've been sticking around for a while, you might have heard some other episodes where I talk a lot about positive self-talk and how to combat negative self-talk. Well, today I'm going to give you a specific method that I like to use. Let's call it the Bestie Method. So what do I mean by the Bestie Method? When using the Bestie Method, the key is to have a specific person in mind who you love dearly, who it would break your heart to hear them say anything negative about themselves that you know can be self-sabotaging. A lot of times when we're doing hard tasks, like, I don't know, studying anatomy and physiology, right? And studying subjects that people don't normally study. Okay, speech pathology is a very niche field. It's a very niche profession. People call it a unicorn profession for a reason. So, first of all, give yourself grace if you don't know the information. Give yourself grace if it's challenging for you. It is meant to be challenging. Studying for the praxis, taking this praxis is designed to be challenging, but it's nothing that you cannot get over. I don't care if this is your 5th time taking the test. The key to having a specific person in mind, I want you to take a second and think about someone who you love. I call it the Bestie Method, so you can think about your very dearest close friend. You can think about your mom. You can think about your sibling, or even a niece or a child that you have, a spouse. Have someone in mind. Once you have that person in mind, while you are doing those study tasks, while you're taking practice exams, while you're actually taking the praxis exam, or anything that is challenging for you, be diligent in taking note of those negative thoughts that you might have. So, for example, I'm thinking about a recent session I had, and they were going over neuro-based communicative disorders, which, by the way, who studies neuro-based communicative disorders except for people who are going into med school or speech language pathology? So, again, we aren't in a unicorn profession. Take it easy on yourselves. But I said all that to say because, of course, this client was saying that they were dumb and what did I get myself into? And I don't know anything. I'm going to fail. That's when the negative self-talk starts coming up like a wave. So, what would you tell your bestie? What would you tell your spouse? What would you tell that child who is looking at you in speech therapy saying, "Oh, I'm dumb. I can't get this sound right. I'm so dumb. I can't read." What would you tell them? Now that you have that in mind, I want you to write that down to combat it. So let's just say, for example, your thought is, "I am so dumb. I should know this stuff already." Something that I would tell my loved one is, first of all, you're not dumb. You're in one of the hardest professions in the United States, in the world. And you've made it this far. This is just another obstacle that you are capable of getting over. And I want you to write that down. The reason why I want you to write that down is because It's not enough to just tell that to ourselves one time. We need to remind ourselves of it and constantly program it into our minds, into our hearts, into our spirit. What we're doing is we're changing our subconscious mind. It's our subconscious mind of limiting beliefs that's telling us these things. So we want to combat that. We want to change it. We want to heal whatever wound that came from. So write it down, keep it next to you, read it at night. I want you to create a list at least 5 negative self-talk thoughts, and combat it as if you would combat it for your bestie. Again, let me just go through the steps one more time. Just one more time, I'm going to go through the steps. So when we're using the Bestie Method, step 1, take note of your self-talk when you're doing those hard tasks. What's coming up for you? What are you saying to yourself? How are you talking to yourself when you're doing these tasks? 2, think of someone in your life who is meaningful to you and who you love very dearly. 3, imagine your loved one saying those words to you. Imagine your daughter, your spouse, your best friend, even your parent saying these things to you. Number 4, think about what you would say to them. Write it down. Keep it near your bedside, in your wallet. Keep it in your planner. And revisit it every single night leading up to the Praxis exam, or every single night until you notice that your self-talk has decreased. I want you to try this out for the next 21 days. They say it takes 21 days to build a habit. So I want you to do this for the next 21 days. Don't hate yourself if you skip a day, okay? But just like how we set reminders for things, I want you to set a reminder on your phone. Let me know how that works for you. Reach out to me at Praxis Speech Sister on Instagram, or just simply drop a comment in the chat box. All right, you all, until next time, bye, family.